going to play this without a animation on my avatar because it seems to be a little bit more than QBS can reasonably handle. So nut, core stone, and we're going again. Getting a little tired of high voltage. What else have we got? I'm not doing that. Yeah, that one's okay. It takes a while, but it's okay. So, name of the game here is replaying stages over and over. So, you get a lot of loot, but it can go on for quite some time. It's great for XP, I suppose. And it's also pretty good for getting gear out of chests. Although, that might mean a few almonds as well. But you never know. Okay, so that'll give me... Ooh, only 4 coins if I use the ancient coins, so I don't want to do that. That is alright though. And do that. Take all of this stuff around here, please. Not really that bothered about turning on a mercenary because, well, it's not that big a level. And then we want to go with this, all the way down here to that, to this, to he said, don't get your mouse caught in your headphone cables. Is this a 50-50? Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Well, that blows. So, yeah. Oh, not entirely, actually. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we do that. Good. Wash. So, I've got to play it again. What have we got here? Uncompletes the selected stage. So yeah, the whole point of this is that you have to replay the levels a few times because of the weeds. That's good though. That's okay as well. In fact, that's actually pretty nice. So yeah, I've got to replay the levels a few times because of the entangling weeds omen. But that isn't always a bad one, and it allows you to generate a lot of cash. You've also got to, well, you can choose to replay levels several times by repeatedly using the Chaos Portal, although it's a little unpredictable and, well, it's risky. Uncompletes or unlocks a random stage, so yeah, you may end up unlocking a shop, which is nice. You may have to just replay a level a couple times, copy your first 3 items into your slots. They're not great items really, and I don't want to put Tangleweed in there. Interesting. And rather than use a minion, I'm going to have a go. Get some more loot. Oof. Well, we'll be getting rid of that. I believe that's all orbs act erratically, not just cankers. This could potentially be useful because if I have any damage at all, I no longer qualify for the Tangleweed omen. It just doesn't apply to me. So usually the way to get around it is to apply burning to yourself somehow, if you can. But that's not always an option, but losing 1 life to a canker is possibly enough. Certainly Tangleweed is a slight benefit of this run, but it's not... You don't always want to have it, you know? You certainly don't want to have it on the last level, because then you might have to replay it like the boss twice. Devil's Share is quite bad, but not... You know, it could be worse. I'll get more cash just by playing through this level anyway. 4 left. So, can I really do anything here? 3 left. Right. I mean, there's a 50-50 block here, isn't there? and then one of them has to be here. But I don't think you can really do much with that, other than pop this, and that will solve the whole thing, and then we are done. Yeah. Right, I think you go for an early shop, don't you? 45 when you pass turns, or gain a random item when you enter a special stage. Yes, please. I don't believe it immediately equips them either. Now, if I pop that, replay stage 1, yeah, maybe. Maybe. It's just more cash, isn't it? Well, now. There's more mud. So, yeah, we got something going on here. Yeah. Sounds like my good... Oh, hello you. That's not so bad. Yeah, sounds like my good lady is having a bit of a rough time over in the trenches, and it sounds like it's becoming the trenches as well. Wham. I don't know. I feel a little impotent over here because there's only really so much I can do to assist. I want to be able to do more, but I mean, yeah, we've both got our professions, and it just so happens that the one that she's chosen is quite difficult. But really, as long as I can make sure that she's got a hot meal to come home to, I guess really that's all you can do, isn't it? Reveal 1 to 3. Yep, and they're not guaranteed to even be a useful reveal. But that's fine. 44 coins. That's not a bad amount of coins. We'll go in here and at least get a free armour. And it's a magical hat. Now then, for every consumable, yep, but then you can't restore life. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and I'm going to gain more. So that is a particularly well synergized item for a hunter. Ominous is just removed because I completely forgot that I even had the comforter. So, yeah. Get some core stones in your life. Thanks very much. Crack it. This is going okay. I have a feeling this might be the last run for the night. Go grab a shower and prep some dinner, as you do. Sun drop, yeah, you can keep that. It's not going to be useful yet. It might be useful later. But for now, nah. And then... Oh, it looks like my speed game's getting a little bit better. I'm going to feel like I've been fighting a disproportionately high number of Time Lord Chronoses today. So I suppose you just adapt, don't you? Well, I mean, I'm going to have some HP. Is it HP? Is it life? You know, lives, souls. Them things what keep you from dying real good. You know, I do almost wonder why he sounds so the player sounds so satisfied when you do cut a sign down, and then I remember the educational mod. And yes, it does feel quite good. Well, that's the end of my cash adventure, isn't it? I mean, I'll still get it there. Makes me wonder if it's really worth using the Chaos Portal, although it would result in me gaining more armour, which would result, possibly anyway, which would result in me gaining more minions. Oh, and we're actually, we're at peak minion. So, yeah. It's fine though. because I need a little space for a shop. And I'm going to be able to generate more minions once I get into the final level and exploit everything it has to offer. Not a bad set, really. Extravagance is interesting. Not good enough. It's interesting. I mean, take that. And how much space do I have? You take that. Then, can I actually use anything here? And complete the 6th. Oh yeah, okay, I'll pop into the shop. That will just give me a free armor item anyway. And oh yeah, let's put the boots on. And anything particularly great? Just a Shinobi Veil is fine. So I'll take it. And then I'm going to go into here and see if there's anything cool available. Explode. Is tricky. Actually, it's tricky. A minion, maybe. Yeah, what's that? Turn a minion into mutton. It's fine. Then we go in it. So first things first. We have 1, 2, 3 minions. So we gain some defense. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, the veil is a hat. I'd forgotten. I thought it was armor for your body. Then we reduce the max, reduce the power significantly. Then we pop this. Then we pop this. Then we pop this. So then we're on a 1/1. Plenty of armor. Plenty of souls. Additional armor to fall back on. No Tangleweed proc because I've lost 1 health to that canker. We're okay. Boomsteed. Harbingers. Could be bad. Actually could be bad. And the Harbingers guy is... well, I need more cash than I actually have available to me. Lose 2 max life. I actually have enough life that I may be able to deal with this. 16 monsters will be added to 0 additional stages. Yeah. So, usual procedure. We are going to try and wait until the very last moment to get that treasure chest opened. Now then. However, it might be pertinent to do it now. Fine. Oh, I've got to eat something, haven't I? So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 3, pop it. And use it. Oh yeah, because it's a 1/1 now. But that's okay, I mean, I've bought myself some free solids. Consumable items, and I can keep them. I ain't gonna use them after this. It's kind of the thing with Doomsteed, really, that, yeah, that's gonna keep happening. The thing with Doomsteed in that, it's quite likely to generate Harbingers that don't really do much to you, because you're probably on the last stage anyway. I don't know why I picked that up. Oh, well actually I may need to bribe some Harbingers, so yeah, okay. I suppose that's one of the problems with the Cultist, is that he enables boss synergies, which is kind of the last thing you want. Oh, another one here. I'll pop it and... oh no, I can't pick another one up, can I? Oh, I suppose with that big old golem fist, I kind of don't want to actually use the golden boots. Shame really, because it's if you're not on the final level of a trial, it's one of the most broken items in the game, in my opinion. You can generate a ludicrous amount of money using that thing, and It's also a really kind of solid armor item at the same time. There's nothing to dislike about it. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay. I really should make more room if I'm going to do that, shouldn't I? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to say this run is a winner. I am going to say that I've got a lot of armour, a lot of souls, and a boss that doesn't really do that much, but is just going to be very annoying. So, it's not a win. I'm not concerned about it, but it's not a win. Still ample scope for things to go horribly wrong in a really embarrassing way. But I'm going to ask that question again. If we do win this one, do you reckon that we're due a divine? And do you reckon that we're due one from Injury? Because I am really starting to have some doubts. Thought occurs that if you're supposed to self-isolate in the wake of this illness, if you live with someone who has the illness, are you supposed to be fully quarantined and come self? Yeah, I mean, yeah, my wife works around people who may or may not actually have the illness because they are in hospital. And it's going around. I suppose that self-isolation rule means that as soon as a nurse went on a single shift, she or he would be wow, that wasn't cool. Would be very much confined for quite some time. Yeah, I don't know why in the back of my head I'm still thinking that nurses tend to be women because, well, Actually, I've met more than a few nurses, and it does appear to be a female-dominated profession in the same way that I've met female IT developers, but they are fewer and farther between, I suppose, than the males. I mean, it's part of the reason why it's really cool that there's a drive to get more women into it's STEM, isn't it? Science, technology, engineering, and is it medicine? What was the other M? Mechanics? I've forgotten. But yeah. I know that it's just kind of how things are, and I suppose in a better world you'd. I don't know, do you challenge that? I mean, I'm not even sure if it's an unfortunate. It is unfortunate that not so many people feel, or not so many guys feel that they want to get into nursing, but you can't tell people what to do. I suppose it's quite a difficult issue, isn't it? I'm just going to burst all these. Maybe it doesn't really matter. There are plenty of monsters, and that was probably too many to spend. Rationally speaking. Yeah, really. Oh, it's when I get hurt as well, isn't it? Yeah, you, max life guy, you need to go. Activate more, yeah, no. To the monster. Yeah, that could have been quite bad, actually. That was foolish of me to forget what that harbinger does. Yeah, okay. Yeah, want to give me any clues, are you? I mean, fine. Yeah, that was quite likely to be bad, wasn't it? Oh, actually, yeah, I've lost all my spare armour now. I mean, I've still got plenty of armour, but I've lost all my spares. Okay, what else? So I think that must be. And then what do you do with that knowledge? He said, yet again. So only one of these could be. So that, I think, has to be, actually. Yeah, I could have worked that one out if I really thought about it. Save myself some minions. I mean, you're still in trouble, for sure, but just faithful oh no. Well, it's just more XP, isn't it? You've got to think of it like that. More XP and nothing especially bad will come of them doing that. Really, that seemed unlikely now. Doesn't matter, I'm only losing armour. I'm not getting hurt. Oh, really? Well, it does give me more health. So, 6 to go. I have enough defence to weather this. Which is probably just as well, because that's how we're going to solve it, isn't it? Get more monsters. Sweet as. And we're done. And let me just check my harmingers and make sure this isn't going to be quite bad. So, oh well, what can I do? I don't have any cash. Away we go. Well, it's a big win, so that's fine. And we generate the unyielding monkey of crime. It's like Bonkers from the Kirby series. Passive binoculars. No, divine binoculars. Actually, that's a straight up upgrade, isn't it? I'll keep that. Rubbish and just some stuff on the side there. That's fine. And we generated 4. Which level was it? It was the Tropics. Well, it's still a divine. It's still progress towards. No, I legitimately do have 1,000 artifacts. Really? It seems. Oh, it's all world clay, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we've got 33, so there's another 24 to get, and then we're done with Beyond, at least. Okay, well, see you later.